Awesome. That was Natural Mystic by Bob Marley. And welcome to our ukulele workshop for DII. And my name is Daniel TimTim. I'll be your host today, and we're going to be doing some ukulele stuff today. So, how's everybody doing out there? I see some people. Gary's talking to me in Spanish. Yo estoy aquí. You are here. Is that what that means, I guess? How you guys doing? I see a few people on. Just let me know where you guys are coming from. And as I always say, we'll start off with our little saying. Every day, and you heard it, keep on strumming ukulele. I'm excited to be here. It's a great Saturday. Actually, today, I just wanted to thank the ukulele social group for this morning. On Wednesdays, we have a Zoom call, and we jam some ukulele songs and stuff like that. And one of the group members, Amy, suggested that we do a social distancing at a park or something like that. And we actually did our first one today. And it was really fun. We were down at El Dorado Park. We were socially distanced and jammed some songs this morning. It was at 9 a.m. Usually it's a little bit early for me to get up on Saturday, but hey, awesome. Ukulele, I love it. Keep on strumming ukulele, right, Gary? So I'm excited today. Today I'm just going to go over the basic sheets that we usually do, and just a little bit of news on Dave's Island Instruments. I know there's been a lot of interest on ukuleles and ukulele accessories, and people have been calling the shop asking if we're open. And yes, we are open, but we are only open by appointment only. So we can do virtual appointments, and also you can schedule appointments. Try to schedule them 24 hours in advance so we know and have time. And then also, just please, like when you make the appointments online, you can annotate what you're there for. So, but basically, we are open. We do have ukuleles right now. We have some Ohana ukuleles in stock. And as you guys know, they are local to us, so I pretty much can run over there and get whatever the Ohana ukulele is available. So, and you know, they actually came out with some really good ukuleles. You should check out their, if you're not subscribed to their Instagram, I know they're doing a lot of stuff on that, and then Facebook, there's been a lot of good stuff from Ohana ukuleles. You know I love them. They're a local, I got to support the local ukulele groups or ukulele companies. But anyways, also, if you guys are in the market for hand pans, we do have hand pans in stock. That's been really, really popular right now. So, you know, if you guys are checking out new instruments, that's definitely awesome. And actually, the last couple days have been really cool. I did a sound bath the other day, and if you look at our previous on DII, if you look at our previous live shows on Saturdays on our handpan class, we had a young lady. Her name is Joy, and she does sound baths. And she was at one of our interviews talking about like how sound is healing, you know, stuff like that, and the handpan helps. But it was really cool. If you guys haven't had a sound bath, it's pretty awesome. They did a socially distant one. Again, we were at El Dorado Park, and you know, we were just all parked around, and they had all these good sounds, hand pans, flutes, you know, a little bit of meditation and stuff like that. It's really, really refreshing. And the area that we were at, it was just really nice. So, Joy, thank you for the sound bath the other night, if you're watching. And, you know, hopefully we'll have other ones. But I think you know, ukulele is actually like that too. So, you know, I love like our group this morning. It was more, you know, even though we were jamming, we were in the park. It was really nice. We had a good time, and just, you know, people were stopping by going, "Oh, you guys look so awesome," and you know, they kind of wanted to be part of the group. But it's really cool. Thank you, Amy, again for, you know, suggesting that, and I think she can put in there the chat. I saw you said hi, but I think August 22nd is the next one. We're trying to keep it down below 10, so you know, if you guys are planning on coming, just make sure that we don't have 10 already. So I think we had how many? We had 6 or 7 this morning. So it was pretty fun. went over a lot of cool songs and stuff like that, and learned some good stuff. So awesome. Let's see, anything else on the menu? I can't think of anything else right now. So let's just get right into it. That first song that you heard was Natural Mystic. If you guys, on our ukulele social night, we have a Google Drive open with all the songs that we do. I'm starting to add more songs and just creating a list of songs that we can actually do. So if you guys need that link, it should be in the events page, but just please annotate in the chat and I can send it to you, or even email us or ask. But we do have a running song list that we have songs on, and actually that Bob Marley song was Natural Mystic was one of them. So cool. If you guys want to pull those sheets and practice, that's always a good thing. So let's get right into it, and I'm going to see if this is it. And today, like I always talk about on Saturday, I try to gear this, every 2 weeks. Actually, for the last couple of years, we've been doing a Saturday class, and it's mainly geared towards beginners and starting, because, especially right now, I know ukulele is really popular, and there's a lot of beginners out there. And when I first started 5 years ago, I didn't know what to do, and I think a lot of people were like that, or are like that, right? Or when they're beginning and they try to search and stuff like that on what kind of ukulele to get, what do I need to practice? I have my kitty over here trying to get crazy on me. There you go. Hi, kitty. So she's trying to climb on my computer, so I had to grab her. But there's a lot of information that I had to research and find out, and so I put it together on this one sheet. Actually, there's another sheet which is the ukulele basics, but this kind of gives you just a head start in learning how to play ukulele. So I'll go over it a little bit, and then and if you guys have any questions, please write it down. So, Amy, no worries. I hope all is well. Oh, we're talking here. All right. So teach yourself to play ukulele. Right now, with information and online stuff and Google searches and everything, you can find a lot of information. It's just there's so much, and these little tips these little tips right here are really good and get you going in the right direction. So this is a musical journey, and it's kind of funny right now. I say this all the time. It's not about ukulele. It's actually about music, and music just kind of started me, or ukulele started me on music. This morning I was playing my new flute for everybody at the ukulele group. I also play handpan, and now I teach that. Flute is just surprising me right now because I never thought I'd do a wood instrument. And then actually going to the sound bath yesterday, there's all these cool little instruments that I wanted to try out. So, once you catch the bug of music, for me, it's been nonstop. I want to try like every instrument, hear the sounds and stuff like that. So that's my musical journey. And usually when you start, you're going to start this musical journey, which is going to be cool. And I want you guys to keep that in mind, because it's not only going to be about ukulele. And the first thing I want to talk about is a little bit of history. And this is actually a crazy tip. Like, usually I try to keep something new for the ukulele group. And I was doing some research on the history of ukulele. Actually, I went to the history of guitar, because I wanted to see which came first, ukulele or guitar. And actually, guitar came first. But this is the funniest thing I found out. The first known guitar, okay, I think it was in Portugal or Spain or something like that. I can't remember the spot. But the first instrument they called a guitar was 4 strings, and was tuned to, you would never guess it, is G, C, E, A. And I was going, are you kidding me? They considered that the first guitar. So when you hear people or guitar players, because I know sometimes guitar players, that instrument, it's not a real instrument, or some people tell you it's like a toy or something like that. in history, I guess the first guitar was actually an ukulele. So you can say it any way you want, but that is, it tripped me out that was that, and it was tuned to GCEA. So it's good to know your history, and it's fun to look at those things and see where all these instruments came from. So check that out; it's pretty funny. But now and then it comes down to this, which is the Hawaiian adoption. The history of the where the ukulele comes from. It's a adoption of the Portuguese machete cavaquinho from the 19th century. So it's kind of funny how that worked, because I guess that's where the GCEA tuning came, was from the first guitar. So awesome, isn't that? The word ukulele, if you guys don't know, it means, it's roughly translated jumping flea. Uku is fleas or head lice, and then lele is to jump. There's actually 3 stories, and they don't know exactly why they call it the ukulele. But the first story is the Portuguese came over on these long on a long ship ride. Their cavaquinos and their machetes, they jumped off the ship and they were jumping around. Hence, they look like jumping fleas. The other one is when you take your ukulele and you look at your hands and you're playing, your fingers are jumping on the board, and it looks like fleas jumping. And I think that's more of the true story. But I love this last story. Let's see. According to Queen Liliuokalani, the last one monarch, the name means the gift that came here, and it's an old Hawaiian ancient saying meaning uku, meaning gift, and then lele to come. And I like that story because, one, the ukulele is the modern state instrument for Hawaii, and I believe it is a gift for me because it gave me the gift of music. So I love that story. So you guys can believe whatever you want, but ukulele, jumping flea, or the gift that came. So cool. Now, some things that we're going to go over today. I'm just going to go over the beginner tips. One is why ukulele. Also, we'll talk a little bit about get a decent ukulele if you look over here. Learn how to hold the ukulele. That's always important. That took me a while to get really comfortable with your ukulele. Learn the basics. We're going to go over a little bit of basics. Maybe do a little strumming. Play slowly at first. One of the things that you want to do when you're playing, I think actually it's any instrument, you want to start out slow. Okay, everything you do is slow. And with that, and slow, you're going to hear this in music, is slow equals fast. Because if you can do it slow, that means you can do it fast. And then we're going to talk a little bit about practice, which I believe in. It's kind of a cliche saying, just to get better, you're going to be practicing. But one of the things that I see with professional ukulele players is that you only see them when they're really good, but you never see what they went through to actually get to that point. And normally, if you ask them, it's years and years of practice, playing every day, things like that. That's why I feel if you want to get good, you should practice every day. And if you ask any of the expert ukulele players, they usually play every day. So, if you want to get good, you got to practice. There's no other way around it. It's kind of crazy. And then on the bottom of this list, over here where it says online resources, those are just some of the websites that I visit frequently just to get ukulele information. Some are competing stores, but they have stuff that we don't have, so I always suggest other ukuleles. I think of ukulele group as a big family anyways, and we're sharing knowledge and stuff, and that's how we roll. It's about aloha, right? Or spreading the aloha, D-I aloha. I see Gary wrote that on there. Also on the bottom there, you see the YouTube. These are people, YouTube is very popular right now, and I think that's why ukulele is getting popular and people are getting better at it, is because they can watch it. And YouTube, here are some people that you should watch. I know them all. Cynthia Lynn, awesome, one of the best ukulele player, or one of the top ukulele teachers online. Bernadette teaches music. She's been doing a lot of cool live shows. Ukulele, same thing. Jake Shimabukuro, if you're on Facebook, try to friend the Ukulele Hawaiian group or Ukulele Hawaiian group, but they have all the old, like the original ukulele players, Jake and all those guys, and they talk about how they made it, give you little tips, and they have like some really cool tips because they're the expert Hawaiian ukulele players. They know a lot. Abe Lagrimas, he's a local here. I've had him on the show before. Great at jazz. Taimani, the other, she's an awesome player. I love the way she plays because she can play Hawaiian music, plus she plays like different styles of music on the ukulele, which is cool. And then last week we had, I think we had Conrad Kamen on, and he's doing 20 songs. So, checking out a lot of different ukulele players is good, so you can kind of like see what you can do. There's not one way to play the ukulele, and you can play in a lot of different ways. Okay. And then let's go over to our uk basics and get started here. All right, uk basics. Know your ukulele. That means if you see this chart, I kind of always go over this in our classes and stuff like that. You want to know every part of your ukulele. I am Air Force, and being part of the military, it's kind of like I learned to be comfortable with whatever you're doing. You have to be expert at it, know everything about it, and that's why I teach it this way, because the more comfortable you are with your instrument, the easier it is actually to play. So let's look at the top. For all those beginners, this is called a headstock. If you look at the headstock on the picture versus mine, that's a regular headstock. This is a slide. Okay, it's just different than the tuners on the side. It's just a different style of headstock. The headstock holds the tuners, which on ukuleles you use these tuners a lot because you're constantly tuning your ukulele because they're nylon strings and they tend to stretch and move and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that you know how to use these things right here. Okay. Right below that is the nut. Okay, and the nut is one of the parts that is adjustable on the ukulele, but it basically holds the strings and keeps it straight down to the bottom, which is the bridge. All right. At the top, you notice ukuleles have 4 strings. Some have more, but usually you have 4 strings. Okay. And these metal things right here are called frets, but you place your fingers in between the frets. Okay. So when we talk about frets, if you see the numbers on the side of that, you could start from the top from the nut. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay? And for those of you wondering what those dots were, those are markers, and that represents the fret number. So this one is 5. You'll sometimes see a 3 if you have a dot here for this kind of ukulele. Then there's 7, 10, 12. Some have less, some have more. For those of you that some of the ukuleles even have side markers, as you can see, that correspond with that. And the reason why they have that is because you don't want to be doing this while you're learning to play. That's not the way you should do it. You should keep your ukulele sideways like that. Okay, and that's easier to see than side marker. All right, and then the frets, of course, this is the neck. Okay, your tuning is from your top string closest to your face is G, would be that string, sounds like that. I have a low G, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Yours might sound a little bit differently because you have a high G. The next string is C, or 3, E string 2, and then A string 1. Okay, it's good to know what note corresponds with what letter or what number string. So if you notice, it goes down from your face, down. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason that is because some of the charts that you're going to be seeing actually have either numbers or they'll do the notes. But sometimes there's the numbers, and you have to know what that actually corresponds to. Okay, whether it's the G string or the 4th string, C string or the 3rd string, E string or the 2nd string, or A string or the 1st string. And then we'll be talking about positions. For example, if I say, put your finger on the 3rd fret, which would be here, okay? And then on the either the one string, which would be down here, okay? Or if I say the two string, it would be the next one on the third fret, or third, or a third string, or the fourth string, and then going back down G, C, E, A. Okay. Hi, Victoria. How you doing? Hey, oh, Jonathan and Eliud. How are you? Eliud, new customer, just got a new ukulele for his son the other day. So, 8-year-old son. I hope he's out there practicing, and hopefully I can give you a few good tips. And I hope to meet you soon because I know you got an awesome new ukulele. So cool. Now, let's see. Know your ukulele. Oh yeah, going down the frets, down to here. This part right here, okay, on your ukulele is known as the sweet spot. That's usually where you get the best sound for your strum. For example, right there, okay? You can strum anywhere, going up and down the board, and I would suggest listening to it because as you get kind of a higher sound here versus a lower sound over here. And then right here, that would be the sweet spots right there. Okay, so when you position your hand, you kind of want to be right in that position. And I'll show you a little bit when we do the holding your ukulele. This is the body of the ukulele, okay? You got your sound hole. This is where the sound comes out. And then you also have your bridge. And then you have your bridge and that holds the saddle. And this is the other adjustable part of your ukulele. And what I mean by adjustable, if you guys don't know, if you take your ukulele and look at it sideways like that, and you see the distance between the strings and the board, you can raise and lower it by adjusting the nut or the bridge. The lower it is to the board, the easier it is to press. Because right now, like when you guys are pressing, it feels like it may feel hard because you haven't worked out your fingers. The higher, like when it's lower, it's easier to press, but you lose volume. If it goes higher, it's harder to press, but you gain volume. So you got to choose where you want to be. Okay. Victoria says, I play guitar in addition to learning handpan and want to know how similar the ukulele is regarding strings to the guitar. Okay. So actually, if Victoria, if you on your guitar, if you capo it at the fifth, I think it would be the bottom four string. That's how that works. Okay, for the guitar. And we just talked about that earlier. I don't know if you heard, but the first guitar was actually tuned G, C, E, A, just like an ukulele. It's kind of funny. But we could talk more about that. Where was I? Bum, bum, bum. All right, sound hole, saddle, adjusting the strings. You can ask somebody about that. Actually, Gary Gattori online, he's really good at ukulele. So if you have any questions about how to fix an ukulele or do pickups or change your strings, he's a good guy to ask. And then, yeah, those are the basic parts of the ukulele. Okay, pretty awesome. Love it. Also, like another thing too is like there's different woods, there's different sizes. I have a tenor ukulele. The smallest size, or the original ukulele was this size. I don't have a concert, but I know a lot of you have a concert, but there's one size in between these two. But this is the original ukulele size, and then this is a tenor size. Oops. And there's one above this, which is a baritone. And Victoria, on a baritone, it's D, G, B, E, so it's like the top portion. On a baritone ukulele, so all the shapes work. All the shapes work for a baritone. Guitar shapes work on a baritone. And then Victoria, if you know, on the guitar, I think this shape right here, a G shape, okay, or a D shape on a guitar is a G on a ukulele. So, and then you can use all those different shapes. It's kind of cool. All right. Let's see where were we? Basics. We were at the. Know your ukulele. I'm not going to go too much into the woods or anything like that, but if you're in the market for buying a new ukulele, you kind of want to know the difference between hardwoods and laminates and the different styles of wood. Like, for example, my ukulele is solid top spruce, and then laminate redwood sides, and then I think it's like mahogany neck, and all the different woods are also different around it. And then every wood combination has like a different tone. And, you just got to listen to them and see which ones you like the best. Okay. Let's see. Let's go down here and then your ukulele. Went over that. Play slowly at first. All right. Play slowly at first. When we do our exercises, we're going to be doing exercises like this. Just plucking the strings. Okay. And when I do that, one of the things that you want to know how to do is count to 4 slowly. It sounds easy, but it is really hard. So try it with me really quick. Okay. I want you to, when you count to 4, okay, I want you to pause as long as you can. And I'm going to see without trying to go to the next note. It's kind of or next number. It's kind of crazy. So here we go. We'll do it on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of funny. Like when you do it that way, it's so hard not to go to the next number and wait as long as possible because you want to go to the next number. And it's kind of like when you first get on the ukulele, you kind of want to jam really quick. But I would suggest I would say go slow first will make you faster. Okay. So remember that. Play slowly at first. Do everything slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. All right. Now some basics. Learn how to hold the ukulele. So for those of you that are beginning, and Eliud, I guess give the ukulele to your son. And what you want to do is, if you're right-handed, put the ukulele out in front of you like this, with the bottom or the face up, okay? And then you hold it with your left hand. Take your right hand, raise your arm above your head, and bring it down on top of the ukulele and grab it right at the sweet spot where the neck meets the body, just like that, okay? Let go with your left hand. Make sure you're holding with the right hand, all right? And then what you want to do is you want to fold it into you like that. Normally, you kind of want it at an angle, as you see. Like my hand is like this. Right here, if you see at the body down here, I'm holding it. I'm kind of like resting it against this part right here. And usually you'll get like a mark on your arm, like right about there. You'll see the mark of the ukulele on your arm. That's where you should be holding it. And then what you want to do is, like, see how I'm bringing the tension back like that? You kind of want to squeeze it in between your hand, because normally if you can do that, you don't really need your thumb to press these strings. You can just lay your finger on like that. I'm not using my thumb. See? So you can do that. And still press it. See, I'm not using my thumb. I'm just letting the tension of how I'm holding it stay in. So, if you have any questions on it, I'll let you. You can ask them later. But that's how you hold the ukulele. One of the things I used to do when I would walk around the house, I would just carry the ukulele with me, doing all my chores and stuff like that. It was kind of funny because you just get used to holding the ukulele, setting it down, and stuff like that, and just getting used to the comfort. Because right now, especially if you're new, it feels really uncomfortable. It's like in your lap, it's falling all over the place. So you just got to get really comfortable with that. I suggest holding it all the time and just practicing it. Okay, so learn how to hold the ukulele. Notes. I'm not going to go into music theory. Actually, I never went to school for music, so I'm not too familiar. But right now, as I progress in my ukulele, I'm starting to learn more of the theory of it all. And actually, it really helps because it helps you play with other people and also play with songs, and you just hear it and you go, oh, I know what the note is. So as you get better and you get your fingers, I think the first thing is getting your fingers to work, and then you can get into the music theory. But the basic music theory that you need to know is like right here on these notes. There's notes versus chords. Okay, notes are a single note. Like if you put your, again, I'm going to use that term, put your finger on the 3rd fret, first string, okay, right here, boom, just put your finger, like one of your fingers there, and you hit that A string with your finger on there. That's actually called a C note. I'm just plucking that one note, all right? Now what happens is if I strum it, it's a C chord, meaning I strum the G, C, E, and now a C, and that makes it a chord. So a note is just one single note, and then a chord is multiples of notes. Okay, this is the basics that you need to know. And then I wrote down the notes. Just the major notes are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then back to A. So you have 8 notes. All right. So yeah. So you usually have 8 notes. So those are your major notes, and you'll see when I show you the music charts why you need to know those. Ukulele tuning, I already talked about that. G, C, E, A. Okay, if you don't know, G, C, E, A. And then you'll hear this a lot. If you want to like sing it, there was this old 20 songs, I think it was called My Dog Has Fleas, but that's what it is. G, if you go my, you have the G string, go my, and then G, and then C. My dog has fleas, my dog has fleas. And I'll teach you a quick song here real quick for those of you that don't know, okay? This is all, when I go to the elementary schools and teach them ukulele, this is the song I teach them, okay? My dog has fleas up on his knees, and when he pees, he drowns the fleas. And that's just plucking G, C, E, and A. My dog has fleas. And if you did that, the funny thing is, like when I first started playing, I thought it was so crazy to sing and play at the same time. It's a hard thing to do, right? But if you just did that, my dog has fleas, that's singing and playing in its most basic form, okay? And if you can do that, you can sing and play at the same time. So, and it's funny, I had an elementary class, we did 4 sessions in Lakewood, and they just started out. And usually for young kids, it's hard for them to do the thing. So at the end of the thing, I asked them if they wanted to do solos of that song. And 30 kids got up and did a solo and sang that song, which was so awesome. I was like, wow, these kids get it. And I love that for that reason, just to give them that experience to actually sing and play was super cool. So remember that, GCPA, my dog has food. All right. So now that you got to hold the ukulele, all right, one of the things that you want to do is learn how to strum, right? Everybody wants to learn how to do that, okay? So first one is a thumb strum that I teach people. Okay, you can strum with your thumb. Actually, you can strum with your thumb. You can strum with all fingers too, just like that, all right? But you can start out with your thumb, which most people do. And what you want to do is, on a thumb strum, okay, what I want you to do is take your thumb, get the edge of it, like right there with the little nail. I have a kind of a big nail on there. Start at the top. Rest your finger on that G string, just like that. Okay? And then actually first, get under it. And I want you to feel the string. For people that are new, they feel like the ukulele is going to break, but it will not break. You can pull on those strings, and it shouldn't be too bad. All right? They can take some tension, and you can do that, all right? I just want you to feel that tension in the ukulele so you're not scared of it, all right? So now, after that, take your finger, go to the top, or your thumb, and you start on the board right at the sweet spot, okay? And what I want you to do is count to 4, okay, and push, but go slowly. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your thumb and then push and rest on the next string. It looks like this. And go 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. So you're just going to push all the way, rest on the next string. That's going to be the first part. So try it with me really quick. Start from the top. Are you ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, and out. Okay. The reason I'm showing you the slow motion because eventually you're going to get to this. All right. But sometimes when you're doing that, you might miss the bottom string, or you might miss the top string. You want to get a full. You want to hear every single note. G, C, E, A. Speed it up. And then you speed it up, and then pretty soon you're going to have a breathe. And if you notice, I kind of hold it, or not my hand at the bottom, depending on the size of your hand. Kind of gives you, keeps you in the right place, and you can just do this all day long. All right. So I want you to practice that really quick, and we're going to do what I call 4 4s. All right, and this is a good practice just to get it going. And if you notice, I'm going to do a lot of 4s. A lot of music is in 4 beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you just get used to that. And we're going to do 4 strums. This is how it's going to go. I'm going to count you off. Ready, go. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and one more, and stop. Okay, that's just to practice that. That's a good practice. You can go faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just practice getting that breeze down, and that would be one of your practices for strumming. Okay. Now you can also take your finger, which eventually you want to do that. And here I'm just showing you down strums with your thumb. Okay, but you can also up strum. You just go the other way with your thumb. If you can see that. That's up and like that. You can also practice that. Now with your finger, okay, one of the things that you want to do is take your finger. You can also press your finger like this, okay, if your finger's weak, or you can have it out like that, or like this, okay. Usually people start out like this because what you want to do when you play your ukulele, and hopefully you can see this, you kind of want your finger underneath like that. And you kind of want it coming down. You want your whole finger coming down. You don't want the side of your finger coming down because that could cut the side of your... I've heard people like it hurting the side of their finger. So you want it like that, okay? So same thing with like the thumb. Get your finger underneath and press out. Just feel the pressure like that. Try every string. Because they're all different sizes. They have different tensions, stuff like that. Same thing as the thumb. Take your finger, press it if you need to. And then start from the top. Same thing as the thumb, push down. Rest on the next string, then rest on the next string, then rest on the next string, and then out. Okay, so start from the top again, and ready, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and out. And then eventually, it'll get like this. So you want to do those. 1, do it like that. And then you can get it like this. What you want to get your finger to, if you guys see those prize wheels, those round prize wheels, and has that little clicker at the top, that's what you kind of want your finger to be like. And eventually it'll look like this. You go up, down, up, or down, up, down, up, down. Okay. So let's do some down strums with the finger. We're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 really slowly, and just 4 4s like again. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Marlita's in the house. What up, Marlita? All right. So finger strum starting from the top. On 4. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, and strum. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and stop. Nice. For those of you that were strumming, good job. All right, so you have your thumb strum and you have your finger strum. Okay, those are the two that you want to practice on in the beginning. And you can also do combos of those. 1, thumb down, up, down. There's also this thing called a triple strum. It's basically thumb, wait, how does it go? Finger down, finger up, thumb up, finger up. That's something you can work towards getting to. It took me a long time to be able to do that. So it takes a lot of practice. Again, those are some practices that you can use. Now you got strumming. You also got finger picking or plucking, which is just plucking single notes. And usually this is where you can practice your hand. And I highly, highly suggest this because when you begin, your right hand works. You can strum all day long, but your left hand does not, okay? Because you haven't used it. And the thing is, I think this is where you have to be the most dexterous. Did I say that right? Dexterous. But you need to be able to walk your fingers down the board, just like that, if you see it. And I'm just taking every fret and then taking, like if you place your hand, I'm going to show you how to hand placement right now. This is first position, okay? This is second position. So this is the first 4. See how my fingers fall in those frets? 2, 3, 4. All right. This is second position. All right. And then if you go 4 more from there, and then that would be the third position. So just place your fingers in there. And usually, if that's the case, whatever finger is in that fret controls that's what you use your finger. Like for example, with that C that I showed you, you should use your ring finger. It's just easier. Okay, you see it. All right. So, and then also you have to get this pinky working, which took me forever. So how do you do this? How do you get your fingers to walk the board? Well, everybody, if one thing you can do is watch my 15-minute practice a day. If you go to my YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. It's Daniel TimTim, like I said right here. I can't point to it. But you can watch my 15 minutes of practice. I believe 15 minutes of practice a day will definitely get you to where you need to be on ukulele or where you want to be. So, but I show people how to get their hand to work, and it's just by practicing and it's doing consistently. So what I'm going to show you is first is just what is called a chromatic scale. It just means it walks the notes all the way down, like in unison or like in a linear fashion, just like that. Okay. And what I do is remember that part with the fingers. All right, walking your fingers like that. But when also over here on your right hand, there's 4 strings and you have 5 fingers. Now, for plucking, you can use one, you can use your thumb to pluck each string, just like that. As you get more advanced, you have to be quicker in those to do that, so you might want to get multiple fingers. Some people can do it with just one finger really fast, or you can do 2 fingers. Here's thumb, finger, 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 pointer, right? Or you can do thumb, 3 fingers, thumb, finger. This is what I use, and then I go finger again, and then I use my middle finger on the bottom string, on the A string. Or you can do 4, which is highly suggested. 1, 2, just use 4 fingers in that section. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Whatever feels comfortable for you. I like the 3-finger technique. I can do it really fast. Like that one. G, C, E, A, G, C, E, A, G, C, E, A. So you can that's one of the things you can practice. You just sit there and have open notes and not do that. Okay. Just do that. Okay. Just for the plucking. But a good way, this is how I get this other hand to do it, and you do that chromatic thing. Again, look at my YouTube. I show this whole practice, all in 15 minutes. I show the whole thing. All right. So I start at the first one. Place your hand down. I usually start at the top, and I just go 1. Then I place my next finger. That's 2, 3, and then 4. All right. I move down to the C string, and then I just go 1, 2, 3, 4. If you notice, I'm using my thumb on that. All right. And then down to the C string, 1, or E string, 3, 4, and then A string, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? I always do that. Then I go to the next position. Second position starts at the 5th fret, okay? So I would start at the 5th fret and go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright? And then I go down 4 more. Boom. If you notice, the frets get smaller, and that's why I do this, because I want to feel how they feel as they get smaller, because it's harder on these lower notes right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I usually end up at the 12th. Okay, 4 times 3 is 12, so it ends up at the 12th fret. Okay, I'll show you that again in a quick style, and this is eventually what you kind of want to get to. And you will know if you're getting better if you can do the pinky. Okay, like this. So, and that just helps you practice. The reason I came up with that practice for myself was I wanted to feel the whole board. I want to see how all these frets feel, and as I move down, it helps me like, oh, okay, I feel the board. And I'm usually touching all the notes, which is super cool. So I would highly suggest practicing that. And then practicing your fingers down here, don't forget that. You know, if you want to start out right, go multiple fingers, whether it's 3 or 4. I think that's ultimately where you want to be, is a 3 or 4 finger, or you can do 4. You know, on a guitar they use 4, so eventually you'll get that. So it's really cool. All right. So that's just one little practice. You get all the other practice because there's like scales that go down. This is where I practice all my practices. Those are like the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, so that you have all those scales that actually go down. I have a practice for that. and that helps you with your plugs. And it also gets this hand working, okay, because your left hand, when I was beginning, my pinky, I could not place my pinky on the board. It would not stay. I didn't have enough strength. So right now, if you're beginning, you have to strengthen this hand and then go from there. Also, another thing, when you're actually playing notes or chords and stuff like that, I'm telling people right now to watch the position of their thumb. Usually you kind of want it on the back like this, lightly sliding down. You don't want to have a death grip on your like trying to press. You don't want to press too hard, because if you're pressing, you're going to get cramps in your hand. You might have issues, which did actually happen to me, but I worked on that. I was just really passionate about playing ukulele. But if you want to have an easier time, usually you kind of want to have a good position. Watch where the position of your thumb is, and try to get a comfortable position as you're doing your chord and stuff like that. Okay. All right. Oh, actually, we're getting close to the end. All right. Let's see. Plucking and reading music and sheets and chord charts. All right. Actually, I'm going to show a chord chart today, and that's going to be the last song that I'm going to share with you guys. And one thing is practice, practice, practice. Okay. You can take these basics that I shared with you, doing the just doing those exercises, doing the strums, and just do 15 minutes a day. But make that time 15 minutes. Like I'm going to practice ukulele for this 15 minutes. What usually happens, you practice longer and then you want to go into it. But if you don't have time, you can at least say you did practice for 15 minutes and do whatever practice you needed to for 15 minutes, and then you're good for the day and just wait for it. So it's up to you. I think playing instruments is a big mind game, and you have to have a strong mindset to actually get to where you want to be. Because usually it's too easy to make excuses to quit playing, because my hand hurts, or I'm not doing this, or I can't get it, or something like that. Usually it's just more practice. All right, and then at the bottom here, I have chords to learn. What that represents, those chords to learn, you're going to see charts like that. You can look up ukulele chords, and you're going to have all these boxes down here, just like that. Okay, and if you notice, the first one is a C, and what that shows is the top 5 of this. That's that part. So if you look at the C, you're going to go to the 3rd fret and place your finger there, and that's a C chord. Alright, the next one is A minor, okay, that's at the top on the 2nd fret, fret 2, G string, just put your finger on that, things like that. I'm not pressing anything else. And then if you notice the F, okay, it has an A minor in it, so all you have to do is place that finger down on the 1st fret on that C string, and then you have the F. Okay, that's a 2-finger chord, and then now you have 3 fingers, okay, and that G, it looks like an arrow going forward, but Victoria, there's your G or your D on your ukulele, or a D on the guitar, but a G on the ukulele, alright? And then you have down there, you have a D, which is kind of hard, then you have a staircase, which is the E minor, and then the G7 is the opposite of the G. Okay, so those dots represent the strings coming down, and then it always represents the 5th fret. If it goes past the 5th fret, it's going to have a number on the side of that box. Okay. There's going to be a number on the side of the box, and you'll see it when you see all these charts and stuff like that. So let's go back to this. We're running out of time. But I wanted to end with a song, and I'm going to show you a song sheet. And just recently, if you heard, Peter Green from Fleetwood Mac actually passed away, and it made me look at Fleetwood Mac songs, and I forgot how much I love these songs. And after checking them out, I was like, oh wow, these songs are pretty easy. And this is a normal song chart. This one I wrote myself. I rewrote it, and basically, you're welcome, Victoria. And Basically, this is how it looks. You're going to have your notes at the top. You see it starts with the intro, which is F and G, right? And then it tells you the chorus, all right? It goes down the chorus, and then you have your verse, and then it goes down again. And you'll have these like verse, chorus, and then shows you how to actually do the song. And then at the bottom here, I actually add the chords, okay? And then if you notice that F major 7, there's 3 different ways to do F major 7. We're going to use the first one, which is that right here, that first one. Okay, on this one. But there's also multiples. I just wanted to show how that looks. And then basically what you do is you take this song chart. If you're beginning, when I first start a song, I didn't know how to sing this before. I would listen to the song. So go ahead and listen to the song. This is the key for this song, which is F, all right? And you can play along with Fleetwood Mac song doing the F and the G, okay? So it has an intro, which is F and G 4 times, which sounds like this. Or you can just one strum it. Okay. After I listen to the song, then I do what is called a one-hit wonder. This is how I learn the songs. And what I do is I want to try to voice the whole thing. I want to pronunciate the words. For example, on the first part, it has the chorus. So I don't want to sing. I just kind of want to rap it almost. But it's like this. I just strum once, the first chord, which is the F. Now here we go again. You say you want your freedom. That's how I would start out the song. And I voice everything because I want to see what the timing is on the chords versus the verse. Then I would probably go through the run through, try to get the rhythm. F, G. If you guys want to follow along, that's cool. Then F, G, and if you look at the chord chart and look down the songs, it's all F and G until the O Thunder, and that's it. So the whole song is just basically 2 chords, and you add 2 more, which is an F major, which is this one, and then the G6 is actually an E7, or E minor 7. Okay, they're the same chord. But you can actually, you don't have to do it like that. You can go F and G on the. So if you get lost and you forget what the F major, just go F and G. Okay, you can do that. You can just do F and G through the whole song. Okay. After I kind of have the timing, which is very important, then I just go for it, and then I just sing the song. And what's cool about music, and I think people sometimes have a hard time with this, and it's up to you what you want to do. Sometimes they want to be exactly like the song, but what I find is as you're singing or playing song or you're doing music, you never sing the song the same every time. That's just on the radio because it's recorded that way. But if you probably listen to Fleetwood Mac again on the same song, it's going to be different. If you hear him again live, it's going to be different. And I find that happens all the time. So what you can do is take this song and make it your own, which I'll show you because I'm going to sing it the way I like to sing. Okay? And it's similar to what they're doing, but I just add my little spin on it. All right? So we're going to finish with the song. If you guys don't have any questions from here on out, I'll probably just end with that. And then just a reminder, this Wednesday we do have an ukulele social. Check out that ukulele social sheets, and I will update. I said I was going to update it last time, but I have a couple new songs that I put on. But you can check that out. Also for the starters, those starter sheets should be in. There's a starter sheet packet that you can get those sheets that I had from before. And other than that, come visit us at DII, make an appointment if you guys need some, ukuleles or accessories. And there's a lot of different things going on. Amy's doing socially distant things if you guys want to do that. let us know. We could maybe. I was thinking about because I know we have more people, and I know a lot of people wanted to get together, but they can't do it on a specific day. So if you guys have any ideas or want to do it locally and want to do it on a different day, let us know, and then we'll see if we can set it up for you. All right. So I want to finish with this song, just dedicated to, I guess, Peter Green. Sorry, I love Fleetwood Mac. They're some of the greatest songs from the 70s. It kind of brings it back because I used to listen to it when I was younger. Okay. So if you guys don't have any questions, enjoy the music. Enjoy your Saturday. Don't forget to practice. And every day, keep on strumming ukulele. All right? So here we go. Play along if you like. We're just on the F and G. And we're gonna sing. Now here we go again. You say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? It's only right that you should play the way you feel it. But listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad. In the stillness of remembering what you had, of what you love, is what you had, is what you love. Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Say women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes clean, you will know. You will know. Now here we go again, see crystal vision. I keep my visions to myself. It's only me who wants to wrap around your dreams and have you any dreams you'd like to sell. Dreams of loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad. In the stillness of remembering what you had, of what you love, of what you had, of what you love. Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Say women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes clean, you will know. Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Say women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes clean, you will know. You will know. You will know. Oh, you will know. Alright, that's for you, Peter Green, Fleetwood Mac, you guys. If you guys want these sheets, there is a link to these sheets for this music. It's awesome. If you guys have any suggestions for songs that you guys want to learn that I don't know yet, feel free to contact me and hopefully I can write it for you. If Victoria, you're interested in virtual lessons, just definitely give us a call, or you can just sign up for it, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more. But it's a great Saturday. I know I went over, but music is awesome, and I can't help but play and sing. But don't forget about this Wednesday, and I hope you enjoyed the information today, especially you, Eliud. I hope your son is enjoying that ukulele. It's awesome. But I had a fun Saturday. Amy, you're awesome. Gary, you're awesome. There's your ukulele behind me. If you see it. Thanks for the ukulele. I love you guys, and I just want to leave you with this. Every day, let me hear it. Keep on strumming ukulele. You guys have a great day. Enjoy your Saturday, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.